Deliver and set it up for you free during working hours, with deliveries available Monday to Sunday until 9 p.m. Stay cool and comfortable all summer long. Visit Top Choice Appliances today. TCA, simply the best.
At Hassan's, we are driven by our people, those that work with us and those that we work for. We provide a solid foundation to ensure a successful future for the next generation and always provide the best possible service to our clients. We are proud to be recognised for our top quality work year on year and to be able to share our success by supporting local community initiatives and through donations from the Hassan's Charitable Trust. Hassan's, your success story starts here.
Shake off years of dodgy connectivity. Double your bandwidth, surf with agility. Gibraltar's #1 Wi-Fi's here. Switch to me right away. Enjoy the savings every day. Yeah. Terms and conditions apply. When is a gigabit not a gigabit? When the promised speed just doesn't quite hit. They say it's fast, but the true surprise is when it won't reach your wireless devices. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
This is GBC News, the headlines. The GCSE 4 to 9 pass rate at Bayside and Westside is 71.6%. The government says there are fewer cases of Spanish taxis being reported in Gibraltar. The government also says it's built over double the amount of affordable homes than the GSD over 4 terms. Women still reportedly only 1 in 4 of the people seen, heard or read about in traditional news media, and Jib Silver befriends bringing together people for a Verbena night at the King's Bastion Leisure Centre. Good evening, thanks for joining us. The GCSE results are out and there's an overall 4 to 9% pass rate of 71.6% across the comprehensives, Bayside and Westside. Again, these are for grades 4 to 9. This is down from 74.3% last year, but still significantly higher than the UK's pass rate of 67.3%. Bayside saw a 70.3% 4 to 9 pass, while Westside saw 73% of grades 4 to 9. However, Bayside did outperform Westside at the highest pass rates, securing 359 passes at grades 7, 8 or 9, while Westside saw 342. Spanish produced the highest number of grades at 7, 8 and 9 across Bayside and Westside with 231. Mathematics saw 70 grades at 7, 8 or 9, while English language recorded 50. The results now mark the next stage for students with A-levels, vocational qualifications and other level 3 options available to them. And of course, for our Year 11 students, today was much more about just grades, more than just grades and statistics. After months of revision, exams and waiting, they finally found out how they had done, what comes next, and what improvements they've been made in many cases. Our reporter Megan Stringer was there as the results were opened and the celebrations began.
It's a day young people will have been waiting for all summer. After years of hard work, revision and exams, GCSE Results Day has finally arrived. For many, it's a day of relief, excitement and celebration. But beyond the grades, today is also about recognising each student's journey and how far they've come.
I got really unexpected 8s and 9s. I think I got a 9 in language, which I really wasn't expecting, and an 8 in art and literature, which I'm really happy about because it's one of my faves.
9s, 8s, and just all A's basically. I'm super happy.
I got 8, 7,
I'm really happy, I'm really ecstatic.
I'm very happy with what I received, as it was like a very big push from last year's results. I got level 2 distinction for health and social, and I got a 4.3 for science. I got a 3 for math, but I am very proud of that 3, as I got a 2 last year, and it's a very big push from that.
My favourite result was probably physics. I got a 9, which is insane. Didn't expect that. I'm thrilled with all of them, to be fair.
I got 3 9s, which I'm pretty happy with. A few 8s, a few 7s and a few 6s.
So I didn't expect these many 9s. Like, I feel really happy with my grades.
Yeah, very excited, very happy, you know. Very grateful, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really happy too.
I got 2 8s in English, literature and language. I remember crying at my desk at like 2 a.m. thinking I'm not gonna get these marks in. And then I did, you know, because you got to keep pushing, you know.
I got 6 9s and 3 8s, and then an A star for the Cambridge. So overall, I'm really, really pleased with how I've done.
I got a double 6 in science, a 6 in English, which was a bit shocking, 5 in history, all that. Failed Spanish, but you know, game's the game, is what it is. Nothing we can do about that. But I'm really gassed. A levels next. I'm really excited.
Today I received my English O level Cambridge. I'm really happy with what I got. It was quite hard, but managed to get through them with outside tutor, my teacher in college, and studying at home and getting homework done and stuff. Yeah, I'm really happy.
I received English, math, IT, and health and social. I failed IT, and I got maths. It was unmarked, but I managed to get an E in English, and I passed health and social.
I feel so happy that now I feel like I could do the A-levels I've always wanted to do.
I'm really happy with how I did and how I tried so much. I'm very happy with like the choices that I picked when I came to college, and now I'm very excited for the years to come and A-levels.
And while today the main focus is on students' achievements, it's also a time to recognise those who helped them get there and supported them along the way.
We're delighted for them and with them. They've done so brilliantly well today. I think you can see from the scenes from behind me, they've totally surpassed their own expectations.
There are some young people who've done exceptionally well, either because they've got 9s and 8s, which are amazing grades, or because they found learning difficult, but they've managed to get those 4s or those 5s. And I think many of my colleagues will agree that those are the ones that we enjoy the most. And there have been so many lovely stories that's been the highlight of the morning.
Very delighted. We've had a great set of results, and it's been a testament to the hard work and dedication of not only the pupils but the families and the teachers and LSAs and the whole team that has worked to support them through their journey. Where I think that we are now is looking forward into next stages, and I really want to emphasise to families as well as the students to have a really good look at the school website, because level 3 is not just about A-levels. We have so many vocational pathways that are available to us now.
It's a positive feeling. We've had a lot of kids come over, pick up some results, and we've been able to see how they've been progressing throughout the year.
The results have come in well. A lot of young people have done extremely well, and a lot of personal journeys where perhaps the grades haven't been the top, but it's been a tremendous achievement for those young people who perhaps may not even have sat those exams had they not been given the opportunity by the schools and by the teachers.
For this year's GCSE students, today marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. As they prepare for September, it's a time to reflect on how far they've come and look ahead to what comes next.
And the GSD congratulated students receiving their results. The party's Shadow Education Minister, Edwin Reyes, has praised students for their resilience and teachers for their support. Mr. Reyes says the results show the effort put in by students and teachers across all of Gibraltar's educational institutions. Now, the government says action against foreign taxis operating in Gibraltar is having the desired effect, with fewer cases now being reported. 10 drivers have been fined, and Uber has changed its service, so journeys from Spain can no longer end in Gibraltar.
The Ministry of Transport says its officers alongside the RGP have been checking foreign registered taxis at the frontier. It says 10 fixed penalty notices have been issued to drivers found operating in breach of Gibraltar's licensing rules, while others have been told to leave Gibraltar. The government says only vehicles licensed by the Transport Commission can carry passengers for hire or reward within Gibraltar. It says Uber has now changed its geolocation systems, so trips from Spain stop at the border. Passengers are now being told they have to cross on foot before taking a Gibraltar taxi or bus. The ministry says reports of foreign taxis coming into Gibraltar to pick up passengers have dropped, and that checks and enforcement at the frontier continues.
The government says it has built over double the number of affordable homes in 4 terms of government than the GSD administration did over the same period. Setting the record straight, the government says this does not include either Bob Belisa Mews or the new West Side development.
The government says across 4 terms between 1996 and 2011, the GSD completed 801 affordable homes at Waterport Terraces, Cumberland Terraces, Bayview Terraces and Nelson's View. However, across 4 terms in office since 2011, the GSLP Liberal government has completed 1,742 affordable homes, rising to 2,141 on completion of Bob Belisa Mews. These are Beachview Terraces, Calpe Mews, Hassan Centenary Terraces Phases 1 and 2 and Chatham Views. Then there are the 2,442 affordable homes built by the GSLP government led by Sir Joe Bossano. These were Brimpton, Vineyards, Montague Gardens, Harbour Views, Sir William Jackson Grove and Montague Crescent. That means a total of 4,184 affordable homes in total in Gibraltar. The government criticises the GSD's reaction to the news that 2,300 houses will be built at West Side. It says further announcements will be made in respect of the master plan, including the allocation of homes and the timelines. Minister Gemma Arias Vasquez and Chief Minister Fabian Picardo have dismissed the opposition criticism and scepticism, saying the government has chosen instead to build homes for families.
Well, you're watching GBC News. Still to come, we look ahead to the upcoming entertainment at the Family Pavilion, starting tomorrow. And GONHS celebrates 50 years on the Rock. We'll be back with more in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
Welcome to the next generation of Gib Telecom TV. Watch live TV. And now download and stream all your favourite apps. Plus, play over 300 games with a Bluetooth controller ready to go. Everything you love, all in one place. Smarter, smaller, faster. Built for the way you watch today. Call us on 200 52200 to get your new TV box today.
Fill up, top up and let's go. The new Gib Fuel Plus loyalty app is here. Earn loyalty points every time you shop or refuel at Cepsa Gibraltar, Carrefour Express Gibraltar and all the Gibraltar petrol stations. Just sign up, scan your QR code, collect points and redeem rewards. Download the Gib Fuel Plus app at gibfuelplus.com and start your journey today.
If you have employees, then you have HR and payroll. And the computer software you use makes all the difference. EasyPay has been specifically designed to meet the needs of businesses in Gibraltar, whatever the size. For a free demonstration, call 200 741 21 and find out more online at easypay.gi.
Our world runs on momentum. From the first light over the rock to the plans we make for the days ahead, each moment carries us forward. For 150 years, Gibraltar Insurance has moved with that energy. Rooted in Gibraltar, reaching the wider world, built on the past, and looking to the future, wherever momentum takes you next. Gibraltar Insurance will be by your side, every step of the way.
Welcome to the Corner Shop, where expectations in painting and decorating go above and beyond, providing the community colour since 1947. From DIY enthusiasts to professional decorators, we offer trusted brands like Dulux, Armstead, Hammerite and more. Explore our expert colour mixing centre, plus DIY and decorating supplies. The Corner Shop, free parking and free delivery.
Trident is EORI ready for Gibraltar's new logistical chapter.
As customs-approved transport and clearance agents with proven experience, trust Trident to keep your goods moving. Providing door-to-door transport, temperature-controlled services, warehousing, and customs clearances. Trust the experts, delivering since 1989.
Welcome back. It is the eve of the Gibraltar Fair and the organisers of the Family Pavilion are promising entertainment as they always do for all ages. Admission is free. There will be live performances from 8:45 every evening and the kitchen is open from 7 in the evening right through till 1:30 in the morning. Gib Media says it will offer a relaxed and enjoyable environment where family and friends can make lasting memories. Cristina Cortes asked Jordan Lopez about the programme of entertainment.
So every year we try and have a very varied entertainment program, and I think that's what works best. We've got families, the whole sort of range of ages that comes to the pavilion to enjoy themselves. So we have dance, which is all usually a little bit earlier for the families. We also have bands. We have some smaller bands this year as well. So we're going to try some acoustic sessions as well to stay on later on into the evening. This location is more central, so people do tend to stay on for a bit longer. And I think we have everything. I mean, everything from sort of soul music to 60s, 70s, 80s nights with reflections. We've got a whole load of things, which I think there's something for everyone.
Any particular highlights or enduring favourites?
Okay, so this Saturday we're going to have a night with Jonathan Fernandez and Cleopatra Porter and the live band. It's something that they've been working on for quite some time, since last year actually. So last year they approached me and said, we really want to do this, and I said, okay, let's try and make it happen. So they've been rehearsing with their band all this year, and they've done something very special, and we've also invited Mount Verbena, which are going to come, and also Jamaica Swing are going to be attending that evening, which is on this Saturday. Jonathan and Cleopatra have done a great job representing Gibraltar all over Spain with their show, and I think it was about time that we had them here in Gibraltar, and I think people will welcome it.
The fair is back at the Rook site this year, so is this a welcome return to a familiar site?
I prefer this site, to be honest. Last year it was more spacious, but our waiters hated it because they had to walk 4 kilometres every time they had to go to the furthest table. But this is more compact, and I think it works a little bit nicer as a fair. It might be a little bit tighter, and it's also the location is nicer. There's parking close by, and I think people can walk to the fair easier here from all over town. So I think, personally, I prefer it here. But let's see if we've got another year left of us on this site.
And are you anticipating maybe more people coming across to enjoy the show after the treaty this year?
We hope so. We hope that people from Spain do come and enjoy our fair. You know, it's a very small fair, but I think it's last year we did get quite a lot of people from Spain because we were so close, I think, to the border. And I think now with the new treaty, we hope that they come and enjoy some time here in Gibraltar and see what the Gibraltar Fair is for them. For people from Spain, it's usually very unique for them to experience a fair here. You know, in a different location, and definitely it's a little bit different to the vibe in Spain. But yeah, it's a nice, and we should invite people to come and enjoy it.
The Gibraltar Fair opens at 7 p.m. tomorrow down at the former Rook site. Now, Gibraltar's Ornithological and Natural History Society is celebrating 50 years of research, conservation and environmental education on the Rock. Founded back in 1976 by a group of young birdwatchers, the group has grown into one of the main advocates for Gibraltar's natural environment. General Secretary Dr. Keith Ben-Susan was on Gibraltar today.
Very recently been the release of a coin that commemorates our 50th anniversary, and that's a really, really attractive image of a black kite arriving at Europa Point with the Rock of Gibraltar in the background. I have to give special thanks here to Aaron Entriles of the Philatelic Bureau, because he's been brilliant in delivering this. There's also going to be a set of stamps. It's going to carry images natural history in Gibraltar. Not only birds, of course, because we're about the entire natural environment. So these are going to be images of terrestrial life and marine life, and they are also incredibly attractive. So I can't wait for these to be released. And there will be a reception for us held by the mayor as well in October. We have a barbecue for members this coming weekend, so it's a busy year for us. It was started really by a group of teenagers who were still in school. People like John Cortes, Clive Finlayson, Ernest Garcia, Mario Mosquera, who sadly passed away some years ago, but was very active. Charlie Perez as well. And it began as a bird watching group, but that eventually became the Gibraltar Ornithological Society, and then the society broadened its horizons to include the whole of the natural environment.
Women are still just 1 in 4 people seen, heard or read about in traditional news media around the world. The latest figures from the Global Media Monitoring Project shows this represents a rise of 9% over the past 30 years. Speaking to GBC staff, the Ministry of Equality's Policy Development Officer, Marlene Daly, says the media plays an important role in representing the diversity of the community it represents.
One of the key statistics from the 2025 project was how, although women make up half the world's population, in some countries they actually make up 51% of the population, in actual fact women only feature 25% in the media. So you have half of the population only being represented 25% of the time.
But both figures, in terms of how visible they are and how, what capacity they're in, way below men.
Yes, so for example, when it comes to personal experience, the representation of women is higher. However, when it comes to sort of featuring women as experts or commentators, that figure is dramatically lower. So I think, and there's also a piece of data that was interesting where if a woman was to interview somebody, women would appear, say, 24% of the time, I think it was, whereas if the reporter was a man, that number would be even lower. So I think the project tells us something about gender bias and the perception of women. And I think the media plays an important role in communicating the diversity of the community that it represents. So I think that's part of the conversation we had today.
Yeah, actually, that was going to be my next question, is that why does diversity matter in media representation?
I think diversity matters all the time. Because if you're a business and organisation and you don't have diverse perspectives, whether it's to do with race or age or whatever the issue may be, there's a bit of information that's missing. And whatever initiative or programme you're running or business you're running, you'll be lacking some information. So I think that it's always important, and I think that any media outlet plays an important part in communicating what is important. So I think we have to reflect the diversity of the community that we live in so that everybody has that sense of belonging and that we have that sense of inclusion.
It's interesting because at GBC we've said that it's difficult getting female commentators and experts on our programmes, radio and television, and that was actually reflected in some of the figures that you brought to us.
I think it's difficult. We're a small community. Some people are naturally reluctant to appear on the news or on TV or take part in a program. So there's that perhaps hesitancy. I think that I would just encourage perhaps GBC and any other news media outlet to consider how can we make it more comfortable for certain groups of people to take part. And that could be a whole host of things that each organisation can reflect upon, but perhaps having an open day where people perhaps could have like a mock interview perhaps as well. So I think there's different steps that can be taken to make people feel more comfortable in a space. For example, I've been to Gibraltar Today programme a few times, but I haven't been in the rest of the building, so I was able to see one of the sets today. And I think just being comfortable in the physical space is quite empowering, and I think that many people don't often get the chance to be in this space.
Finally, Mind Your Language. I know it was a programme from the 70s, a sitcom, but it's so important as well, isn't it, today?
Yeah, I think that people need to be aware of the impact of the language that they choose to use, and that they are going to be held accountable for any language that has a negative impact. And I know that some people say, oh, it's just banter, oh, I didn't mean it, but that won't detract from the impact, the negative impact it might have on somebody. We also, I think, have to be mindful that language around, for example, disability has evolved, has changed, and so some of the terms that are also to do with gender equality are constantly evolving and changing. So I think it's a question of keeping an open mind, learning a little, and I think that that's all that we can encourage people to do.
Gibraltar has this evening held a Verbena night down at the King's Bastion Leisure Centre. There was music, of course, some food, dancing, but above all else, companionship. Our reporter Michael Vedrang was there just a short time ago.
Well, yes, it is the golden hour, and down here at the King's Bastion Leisure Centre Diner Terrace, there is no loneliness going on because Gibraltar have put on a fabulous verbena. There is music, there's food, there's dancing, and to tell us more about that is the operations manager for Gibraltar, Alan Buller. Alan, quite the atmosphere here. How did all of this get underway?
So we wanted to create a flagship event for Gibraltar. And we thought, what better than a verbena, something that's traditionally been done in Gibraltar. We know that a lot of the elderly blocks do their own individual ones, and so we wanted to do one that was available across the community. We spoke to a couple of different venues, settled on the Bastion, and thankfully it's been a fantastic turnout.
So who's here? Give us an idea of who's come to the verbena, why they're here, and why it's so important for them to have this community feel.
So we've got everyone here is over 55. We've got people from different blocks, some that have friends, they've come with their friends, some that don't have friends and they've come to make new connections. We wanted to do it in a way that meant that anybody that was over 55 could come here, could enjoy that music vibe with other people, get to know others and have a good conversation with them.
Okay, there's conversation, there's dancing. What's on the menu? What are we seeing?
So today we've done with a classic menu. We've had starters of torta serga, torta patata. We've got two lovely big paellas, vegetarian and a meat one. And then for desserts, we've got things like jelly, fruit cocktails. So all the things that we're used to eating here and we know that everyone loves.
For those who aren't familiar with Gibraltar and what it does and what it means to these individuals here, how important are events like this?
Wildly important. I mean, this event, we are all about beating loneliness, combating loneliness. People over 55, some might be lucky enough to have a family or a group, a network around them. Some are not so lucky. And so our charity with our befriending service, where they get weekly calls, and the events that we do like this, our coffee mornings every Monday, it provides an area and somewhere that people can go, they can feel valued, they know they're amongst their peers, and they know they can make that connection with other people their sort of age.
Now, if anyone's watching this right now and thinking, I want a piece of that verbena looks like a lot of fun, are there going to be more? What's going to be happening in the future?
Absolutely. So we run events throughout the year. We want to try and make this our annual flagship event. Obviously, that's dependent on donors, which we're very thankful for because we couldn't do this without them, and we couldn't make it a free event without them. But we do want to make it our annual flagship event. What I would say to people is keep an eye on our social medias, keep an eye on our Facebooks, log on to our websites. We're always posting about the events that we've got upcoming. And if there's ever any doubt, call us during the week. Call us on 8000. It's a free number. From 6 to 8 p.m. Our listeners are there and they can advise of any upcoming events as well.
It all sounds like really, really important stuff, and it looks like a great event as well. So, Alan Buller, thank you so much for talking to us today. This is the place to be this evening here at the King's Bastion Leisure Centre at the diner, the outdoor terrace. This is Gibraltar's big event, and if you don't mind me, I'm going to go try some of that paella.
It's decent, that. Well, that's all from the news team for now. Don't forget, you can always catch up on our website and across our social media pages. If you weren't already convinced that verbena looks fun, we leave you with some more music from the evening.